Hey crew, Arturo Spraycasso here. It's been a while. I just wanted to get on and see what you guys were up to. I'm just gonna make a little black and white one here. Before we do that, and add some clouds. Look at that. Nice. I don't want it to be too dark. It's gonna be a nighttime scenery. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I'm gonna tap into some black here. Just gonna create a nice little terrain here in the background. I'm not sure what we're painting. I'm just gonna go with the flow and see what happens. Usually that's the best kind of terrains that I've encountered, is the ones that kind of come out, the ones that want to come out, I suppose. You guys ever done that? Where you know you want to paint something and you know what it looks like, but then you try it and it doesn't look anything like it. I think those are the times we just need to kind of step back a little bit. Just added a little bit of clear coat just to kind of smear the colors here on the bottom. This will give us a nice little water effect. It'll look like water. You can also create some shadows. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to use our black. Just create a little bit of black on the water, just like this. Then you can add a little bit of clear coat and smear that down. And so see, that'll give you a nice little shadow effect. Looks pretty neat. Give you the effect of a reflection on the water. See that? Alright, I'm going to add a little bit more black. Oh, I'm running out. I'm going to use our handy dandy Spraycasso soft tip tool. I'm telling you guys, this tool, pretty neat, pretty nifty. I'm going to add a little bit of white here in the background. Now the reason I added the white was because I want to create some terrain that is closer to us, and the white will give us a nice little fading effect into the background. So I'm just going to use a little bit of black here. I'm just going to overlap this. You see how easy it is to create a terrain? Started off with the background, create some mountains, a little bit of mist, water, and now we're adding our layers, and we're going to be bringing it closer to us. And hopefully in this tutorial you will see how easy it is to create overlapping terrains while at the same time giving you depth into your paintings. So I'm just going to add a little bit of clear coat right here. Yeah, I'm a little sick, guys. It's that time of the year, I suppose. Alright. Back and forth. Alright, I like the way this is turning out. What do you guys think? Just gonna add a little bit of black there. Use a little bit more clear coat. I didn't know how far down I was going to do this with the water, but the more I spray paint, the more I see a river here. So I'm just going to smear this back and forth a couple of times. Look at that. Okay. I think I want to create another piece of terrain over here. And you know what? We kill two birds with one stone. We cover up some of this negative space in the background, while at the same time giving us the effect that this mountain is closer, or this hill or rock is closer than the one we're about to paint. A little bit more black. No, I'm running out of black. Alright. Tap, tap. I know I want to cover the negative space, What's the negative space? Anywhere that shows where your canvas is. Doesn't necessarily have to be white. There's painted canvases out there. Alright, just gonna add a little. So the beauty about blacks and white paintings is how easy it is to create an entire painting. Now this is rather fast, you can keep going. Of course I kind of stop and kind of talk a little bit about the techniques that I use, but these are done rather quickly. They're great if you're a spray painter that spray paints live. So if you guys haven't done a black and white one, I definitely encourage you to give it a try. They're really easy to do, and they have a lot of great detail. It's all those darks and shadows that create the illusions of rocks. Okay, we're going to use a little bit more black. Oops. I'm afraid to go too far to the left here. I lose reception. Don't want to do that. Alright. Let's create, you know what? We're going to do the same effect that we did. We're going to add a little bit of white right about here. Something like that. A little bit of clear coat. I'm going to blend some of this white into the water. I should use a little bit more clear. Just going to kind of dissipate that with the rest of the paint. Blend that in. That's what I love about these paints, how easy it is to blend them. Okay, I'm going to use some black. I'm going to add a piece of terrain right about here. Doesn't have to go all the way up. Maybe just about here. Alright, look at that. See, yeah, it's taking shape. Let me see if I can remove my my finger from showing there. Alright, let me take a look and see who's online. Oh, quite a few. Oh, wow, quite a few of you. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Cody, how are you, bud? Pete, Macon, Carl, Daniel, Josh. Hi, everyone. Good to see you all around here. I know it's been a while, but I had the itch and I thought I'd come down here and paint. What do you guys think? It's taking shape. I think it's taking shape. I might want to do that same effect, maybe not as white. Maybe right about here and add another piece of terrain. I keep wanting to use the light blue. I don't know if you guys ever done this. This technique works really great with bright colors. White, blue, and lime green. It's really cool. It's really cool. And now I'm trying to stay, just with the black and white. Just going to add a little bit of clear coat right here. I'll blend that in. Okay, just like that. A little more black. Handy dandy tool. I use this tool for everything. Such a neat tool. I'm going to create a piece of terrain right about here. You know what? This would look pretty cool if it was like a snowy scenery. What do you guys think? Should we do something like that? Here in Colorado, it hasn't snowed yet, which is kind of odd because the last 2 years that I've been here, by this time it was definitely snowing. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of clear coat. Blend some of these colors. It'll do two things. The water will become more like water, or that effect. See that effect? Compared to this is like a bunch of little spray paint dots. When you smear it back and forth, look, it even looks reflective, man. That's just too cool. All right, I'm gonna add another piece of terrain. I'm trying to determine where. You know what? Maybe right here. I think so. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit more white. Something like that. More black. Very, very easy to do. This usually takes no time. It's taking time now, but that's because I'm talking a lot. Let's see. Now let's just blend this in. Oh, use a little bit of clear coat. It's important to do the details, guys. Look at that. See how it looks like a reflection? Now we might cover it up. I know. I've done this before where I'm going into great detail and then I have to cover some areas up, and I get a lot of emails sometimes because of that. So sorry about that. But look, it's starting to take shape. We haven't added the plant life yet. And I still want to add a little bit more terrain. Maybe right here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And this way, you guys will see, once again, how easy it is to create terrain with the soft tip tool. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's really easy. Tap, tap, tap. Just gonna smear this at the bottom. Alright, look at that. I don't know, the more I look at it, the more I want to make it into a snowy scene. Just clean the tool here a little bit. Well, I tell you what. Not that I'm going to make it a snowy scene yet, but just going to add a little bit of white. I'm going to start working in some highlights, and if it turns into snow and I feel it looks good, we might just make it a snowy scenery. Look at that. That's pretty easy, right? You guys can do this. I'm telling you, that's one of the beauties about spray paint. How fast you can get done. And now I've tried many mediums. Oils, pastels, acrylics. But I don't know. I won't go back. Once you go spray paint, you'll never go back. I don't know. Somebody make that fit. Alright, we're just going to add a little bit more white here on the sides of the rocks. Yeah, I guess we're turning it into snow. Well, we can still turn back, but I like the way this looks. Clear coat is going to keep our paintings moist. We're going to be able to manipulate it and blend them even further. Let me see, can everybody see there? Just going to come in here, blend some of this white. There you go. See, it's starting to take place. starting to look more like a rock. And add a little bit more white over here. Just gonna do a quick tap. Okay, I'm going to blend that in with a little bit of clear coat. I think this area might be a little too white. I'm just going to kind of blend that in a little bit more. There we go. I don't want the viewer's attention to go automatically to that one spot. Okay, look at that. Now, I'm going to do these real quick, and then we can maybe add some plant life to them. Now see, that's the problem with scratching. If you ever seen those other spray painters that they scratch, they leave this white mark. The eye tends to want to go there. Wants to go to the whitest part usually. So we try and minimize that by blending the colors together. And it'll give you a more natural lighting effect. It'll look more realistic. If you really spend the time on a painting like this, you can make it look almost photoreal. Seriously, I've seen some out there that are just mind-blowing. Just gonna add a little more white. And see, I use the tool to erase mistakes as well. So it's pretty neat. I recommend you try it. It's not that I'm trying to impose my will on people out there or anything. It's just that I've had quite a few years of experience, and I've tried many tools, brushes. So I recommend you give this tool a try. Look how easy and how natural and how fast it was to create a pretty realistic looking rock and terrain for that matter. Just gonna use a little more white. Okay, maybe not a whole lot, just a little bit through here on the bottom. Look at that. Pretty easy, pretty fast. Now then, have you guys ever seen my funnel? Now, of course you have. I use this thing all the freaking time. It's awesome. I love it. It's got such a great name too, right? I wasn't pretty creative. I think it's going in. Ah, there we go. Okay. So, the way it works, you put a little bit of paint in this funnel. It stays here on the bottom, and then you're able to create lines, trees, anything. Pretty detailed scapes. Let's see. Where could we put a tree at? Or maybe even some bushes. I think I'm going to have this tree going to come like this. Go out of the scenery. Come back in with a branch. Like that. Maybe another one. Pretty detailed, huh? That's the trick. I get this question asked a lot. How do I do my trees? And the funny thing is once I tell them, they're like, "Oh, we don't use tools like that." Okay. Well, you can make your own, guys. Go online. I have a couple of short video tutorials how to make this funnel on my YouTube channel. So I recommend you give it a try if you haven't seen it yet. Trying to encourage you guys to try the tools that are out there. Let me see. Just gonna create maybe another branch right there. Cool. So as you can see, you can go as detailed as you want. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put another one right here just to kind of overlap some of this negative space that we created by adding some white. Oh, let me use a little more. This is usually a little easier with both hands, but it's a nice handicap sometimes just to kind of test yourself. Go. Now, I don't want to test myself all that much, because if I really wanted to test myself, I'd be trying to do this with my left hand, right? Okay. All right. Look at that. Now, I'm going to wait for the trees to dry up a little bit more. Once they do, I'm going to do the same technique that I used here on the sides of it to make it look like snow. Some detailed bark to create the effect of snow. Same thing that you do to create the stars. That's the star technique, right? So you aim 45-degree angle away from your painting, very gently let some of those droplets fall on your painting. And voila. Now you can add a little white to some of these edges here. Handy dandy Spraycasso soft dip tool. Now we're going to create the effect of snow on the water. Maybe it's a little icy. Look at that. Just going to do the same thing on this area. Now, in case you guys were wondering, this painting is done with the Spraycasso spray paint. Yeah, it's gonna be a little hard, guys. I've ordered a few more cases. I think we're down to 4 last time I checked, which is still pretty good. We do have more coming our way. Thank you guys for being so patient with this. I know that the paints took a while to get here, but it was a process. Gonna add a little more white, and man, I guarantee you will see a difference, huge difference. I'm not just saying this because they're my paints. I'm telling you, it took so long to formulate these, and I guarantee you will see a difference. Okay, I'm just gonna smear this down a little bit. Maybe we can add a little more white up here. That. Now see what I did there? Just kind of scratch some of that snow into the water. That'll just give it that more of a icy look. It almost makes me feel the coldness of it. Can add a little more clear coat. I'm just gonna add some more of that white. I'll work it into the painting right about here. Yeah, what do you think? Does it look pretty cold? All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I haven't had a chance to take another look. The camera is sideways. Oh, oh crap. Sorry, guys. You know what I'll do? So I'll flip it so that when I repost it, it'll look normal. It'll take your entire screen. I didn't think about that. Well, let's, how's that look? Yeah? Alright, I'm going to flip it back only because I intend on editing this video so that it'll be easier. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. So there we have it. I think my phone's running low on battery. Give me a second here. I think the trees are dry enough that we can start working on some of the detail. So we're going to use the white again, the soft tip tool. There is smaller tools out there like this one, and you shorter bursts of whatever it is that you're going to try and paint, because it's a smaller tip, right? So you can obviously put very small amounts of paint on this, but it works pretty well. Now I'm blending it, I'm not scratching it. Now you can see it's scratching right here on the bottom, but just going to use a little more white. Down, let's do this one. Now it's important to go up and down a couple of times. It'll give you a more realistic effect. There we go. Can you guys see that? All right. Well, I think the next step is, let's see, where is my sea sponge? Yep, handy dandy sea sponge. Let's find it. Huh. Well, I found a sponge, but it wasn't a sea sponge. It's hiding from me. All right, well, I do have this piece of sponge, and it's pretty good. I personally like the sea sponge better. Creates a better, more textured effect. Regular sponges usually create like a really clumpy effect. It's really dark, really clumpy, not enough plant life type, but let's hope this works okay. This is the closest thing that I found to sea sponge. And I bought this at an auto place where they sell stuff to clean your car. Let's see. It's not too bad. Let's test it up here, what it looks like. That's not bad. Okay, I'm not gonna add a whole lot of tree leaves. It's winter, it's cold. There's hardly any tree leaves. Let me add a little bit more black. So is everybody getting ready for the holidays? I know we are here at the Spraycasso household. Kiddo's starting to drive, so you can imagine what he's wanting. Oof, not looking forward to it. Let's see, what does that look like? Nice. Okay, let's add a few more plants right about here. Yeah, they grow up so fast. They just don't get out soon enough. Just gonna add maybe a little bit more right here. The good thing about the kiddo is He's really, really good at driving. Takes it very seriously. Very proud of him. All right. Let's add a little bit more right here. Awesome. Starting to take shape. We can even add some plant life right around here on the edges. Tap, tap, tap. Here we go. See, you just want to break up that very defined terrain. Break it up, add a little, some plant life. So, what do you guys think? Yay, nay? You guys like it? Alright. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for coming down and spray painting with me. It was a lot of fun. And if next time you guys want to shoot me some ideas as to what to paint, I know I've gotten a couple emails from several people, and black and white seemed to be the one that was most intriguing, and everybody wanted to try it. So hopefully we covered everything, or most of it at least. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time, thank you. Keep those cans shaking, crew.